welcome back to Souls Unshaken. I'm Jonah. That's my mother.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our kitchen table. I'm Mama Z. Then sitting here with my son Jonah. How are you doing, Jonah?
I'm all right. The weekend, at least at the time of recording this, the weekend was a little tough. We had a rough day. On Saturday, I think it was. But we got through it, you know? Something a little weird happened to me this morning, though.
What happened?
So, Dad had red hair when he was young, and it turned dark brown when he got older, right? And I've known for as long as I've had a beard, though it's about time I get rid of this face fuzz, that some of the hairs in my beard are red. Well, this morning, while I was making sure I looked not too scruffy, I noticed something a little disconcerting for a 21-year-old. Apparently, though I can't figure out where it is now, I had to look in the mirror. Apparently, there's one hair in my beard that's turned silver.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's wisdom.
maybe. Maybe I've been stressing myself out lately. Anxiety's a hell of a thing.
It's not bad. I would say that for 21 years old, to have a silver hair could be prescribed as, wisdom. If you have too much of it.
That's the kinder option.
I'll go with that one.
But yeah, it's a little weird. Not sure what that's about yet, but how are you?
I'm fine. I like you, Saturday was difficult. That's when we remember the day Jeff passed away. It was May 16th, 2023, so 3 years ago exactly.
Oof.
And although we're not crying anymore, but we still feel a bit sadness, even though you're not trying to. You try to think about good memories.
Yeah.
But you will have that
It's still
a little thing in your heart that just goes, and you're like, oh,
Exactly.
and you try not to think about it so much. So I spent my Saturday potting my plants, which was very cool because I bought these plants and I love to fuss over my plants. It's like a pet thing. And it helped my mind keep focused. And usually it's been very windy lately, but that Saturday, it was very nice that I could be outside the whole afternoon. And that felt really good. It kind of took my mind off it, so that I was
glad.
happy. I was happy about that. But besides that, there's something else that's been kind of bothering me a lot lately, what is happening in the U.S. I love to go marching, and
You've been an activist your whole life.
and I was watching people march, and it moved my heart because they marched on the bridge in Selma, Alabama, where a lot of people got hurt. If you go back in history, there's that march that happened in Selma, Alabama, that's very famous, where people were, there were dogs, there were armies, and everybody that just to block people trying to ask or standing up for their civil rights, because all they wanted to do was the rights to vote. So there was a march again last Saturday. People were out, all colors, which was beautiful. All races were out together to march because we are watching live things unfolding in the U.S. soil where the civil rights are being dismantled,
Yeah.
reversed back to where we started, or years back. And it's very, very frustrating and scary. And for me, what's most scary is how this slow-moving train is starting to move faster. And the fact that some people are too busy to participate, and yet they're going to wake up not so long, find out they've lost something. And maybe they're coming for black voters right now, but soon enough they're going to come for women's rights to vote, and soon enough it's something else, and soon enough all rights are gone. And where are we going? And I just wondered, what do you think about that? What do you feel?
Oh man, there's no hiding from that. Doesn't matter how far removed you think you are from that situation, it's going to be you next. There's actually, I had in mind a poem.
Oh,
Yeah, and it was written by a German Lutheran pastor
my grandfather was a Lutheran pastor. I love that.
in, I think it might have been 1949, 46 maybe. I've forgotten the date. But this was obviously a time of fascism, of regime in Germany. And this was a man condemning the silence, condemning the bystander. Now, really, I think everyone should do their own research into this poem, partly because I'm no authority on history, really. Not much more than the average person is.
But you love history.
I do love history. I haven't studied it the way I perhaps might like to yet. But this poem is known by a couple different names, but I know it by First They Came. I've got it. Well, I can pull up, rather. I'll go ahead and read it then. First, they came for the communists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out, because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me.
Wow.
That's what comes of silence, of compliance. That's what comes of thinking, it's not me, so I don't got to worry about it. Someday you'll find yourself at the hands of persecution, and there's going to be nobody left to stand up for you.
That's right.
Because you didn't stand up for anyone else. You'll be the last one.
And we used to question how on earth did the Holocaust happen?
Without anyone standing up to it, but then look at us now.
Right. And also, not only it happened, the fact that it went so long, went on for so long up until the day, but it's exactly how you can see it now. And I would never sit here in a million years and think I would say this about America.
I never thought I'd. Because like you say, in the history classes, we all think, how could they just let that happen?
It made no sense.
How could they just stand by and watch? And I never thought for a million years I'd be one of them. That really hurts, you know?
That hurts.
Perhaps, first of all, I've been judging those of the past with a lens perhaps too harsh. The benefit of hindsight is not something they really had. But more than that, I see how easy it is now to think, it's not me, so I'm just going to stay quiet. Not necessarily out of disinterest or opportunism, though those have a part in it. But the thought might be, what if I do speak out? They come for me.
Yeah.
But then I think, did Dr. King think that?
No.
Did Malcolm X think that?
If he did think that, then he probably would have lived a long time
He
and
would have
not
lived
be
a
killed.
full life,
Yeah.
probably. But without his rights, without being recognized as an equal, as a human, would that have been a worthy life?
That's a difficult answer. It's a difficult question to answer simply because what is worth to you is not necessarily worth to others as well. And if you say that your passion is to love people, then that means
you
the
gotta
love
love.
of the people, which is the Christ love. I've heard that the Greek call that agape love. It's a love that is have unconditional love, to love thy neighbor. That means that I will worry about your well-being so much that my well-being is threatened because your well-being is threatened.
Not one of us is really free. If anyone isn't, you know?
So that comes back to the idea of serving. Serving is to love. Service to humanity, whatever it is that you do, whether it's cleaning the street or picking up trash or literally serving food in the restaurant, it is a worthy cause. It's nothing too small not to be appreciated or to be mistreated as a human being. But also, serving is to speak up when things don't seem right, when things look unjust.
So really, in summary, serving is to look at the other and to say, I care about you, even if you don't care about me. When you hurt, I hurt, even if that is not mutual. And oftentimes, people hear that and think, you got to donate as much money as you can to the poor.
That's a gate to heaven.
You gotta clothe the naked. You gotta feed the hungry. And absolutely,
Oh, that important.
those are beautiful and noble and really necessary things. But not everyone's got that capability. Not everyone can do that. And some people might see that and think, well, there's just nothing I can do. Someone else can get it. But that's not enough.
No.
When you can't do anything and there's nothing you can do about it, you do what you can.
You do what you can. And I'm taken back to the pandemic times, how the essential workers, they stood there in the midst of death, fear of death, and served. They were there for us when we needed bread and milk and all of these things. And also, you went to the hospital, the people who were front.
Doctors on shift for
Yeah.
days at a time.
Right. Sleeping in the hospitals that didn't know if they're going to come out safe, and they were there. And teachers, having to learn a new system of teaching online are still not be appreciated in terms of paychecks.
Oof.
Things like that, it takes me back and realize how quick things can change. And that was new to all of us. And I remember some of my teachers were like, that's never going to happen. I mean, what do you mean they're going to shut down? Because it made no sense. But thing is, before you know it, things can just change, which brings me to what's happening right now, currently, not only in the U.S., but let's look everywhere else. There's all kinds of stuff. And you're thinking, what a wonderful thing that 1 minute we're going to the moon and 1 minute. But then it's like, hold up. I want to appreciate science. But I think, don't we think we should first stop the wars, first serve, first feed the hungry, first clean up the streets from the poor and the homeless? Because those are people that could be me tomorrow. In the U.S., you know that you are one bill away from poverty or bankruptcy, one diagnosis because of the health system that is like an arm and a leg for you to afford to go. It's
the
like
U.S. is a place where people choose to die rather than get treatment because they don't want to put their
Yeah,
families in debt.
it's scary, but why are we doing that at this time? Isn't that, it doesn't matter what position, including politicians. Are you not there to serve, to make
Have we
sure your
not?
community is doing better, is
Exactly.
improving? Why is it that? So at this age of, I don't know what year, I forgot, but it's like we're going so backwards that it's like my
Have we
mind
not
is,
seen enough by now?
I don't understand.
Wars waged unjustly, though, really, I don't think there's a just way to kill anybody. Poverty, hunger, I mean, genocides. Think about the disparity. Think about the unjust amount of wealth some people possess. And what are they doing with it?
That's right.
It could be any one person, one billionaire,
That's right.
could pay enough money to solve pretty much all of the world's problems.
And still have so much left.
Homelessness, famine, everything. And still have so much left for themselves.
I would think instead of rushing to the moon, how about we find a cure? All nations in the United Nations come together, find a cure for cancer, find a cure for Alzheimer's, find a cure, all of these things, and lower the insulin and so forth and so forth and so forth. Instead of like, yeah, fine, go to the moon, but let's solve this.
Instead of going to Mars, let's fix this one first.
How about destroying this? And then you want to run. It's almost, what was that movie? Don't Look Up. It's like, are we living Don't Look Up right now?
Wasn't quite as much satire as it thought it was.
It's so crazy because here we are talking about, I'm going to mention someone who was like exported or imported from South Africa, okay? I don't want to mention and qualify the name, but you came here as an immigrant. And the opportunities of the land that gives, because it's the land of the free, land of the opportunities. As soon as you got there, you got to the opportunities, and now you're standing somewhere close to the leader, and you're talking stuff like, yeah, when the Americans get, starved, I will laugh. Wow. For that coming from a statement of someone. It's just like,
A guy who got
where
his
are we
riches
going?
from blood diamond mining.
Where are we going? If that's a thing to laugh at for someone who's hungry while you are looting,
A
literally.
man who says publicly, empathy is a weakness.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really, it's astounding that we as a civilization see that and go, okay.
I know,
Sure.
right? It doesn't bother me. Or laugh. It's not funny, guys.
I
It
mean,
never was
like,
funny. It's still not funny.
It's absurd, and there's a hilarity in that absurdness, but it's also real. I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny
Yeah.
that we're just sitting around, that this can happen. It's crazy.
It's a thing. And not only that, they're
But-
now coming after comedians who are saying, you cannot longer speak out. As soon as you say something, even in comedy, you are going to be stripped and canceled. What is going on?
No jester's privilege anymore.
Wow.
But I mean, really, right? That we've hit a point where a grown adult can call a child a slur and they get funded by the internet for it.
Immediately. GoFundMe. And it will hit like over 100,000. It's like, wow, what a way of making money.
Tells you where things are right now, doesn't it? And it's crazy that much of the same people that donated that much money to that person are the same people who think the poor don't need my money. I worked hard for that. What do those freeloaders do? Are we for real?
Ay, ay.
And everything's crazy right now. It feels like a long, bad joke.
Exactly. And
And we're not doing nearly enough about it.
no. For me, it's like you want to be removed from it because it's depressing. Every time you look at the news and catching up, it's depressing. So you was like, oh, I can't. But at the same time, it's actually a reality of what's going on, and you can't keep your head in the sand and pretend it's not, because it's going to reach you no matter how slow it seems to be removed from you. At some point, it's going to reach you, and then before you know it, you would have lost some rights that you thought you had given as a citizen, but you find out none is protected right now.
You might be able to. When the horror of it all gets too much, you might be able to stand up and walk away from the screen, sure. But there's so many more people who can't do that. And you can do it today, sure. How about tomorrow?
And how long can you escape that way?
Exactly. There's no future in just ignoring the problem or hoping someone else will deal with it. But at the same time, it's meant to be this way. The powers that be want us divided and distracted and too exhausted to deal with any of this.
And then every time we start to get together, they feel the power, because what's the Constitution say? The first line is, we the people. That's power in that, we the people. So if we remember that, we the people, and we come together as people, because people shall govern, we the people, and remind them, even when they try to take away our power, one vote, one man, one vote, you remember that there's more of us. I think you mentioned like an End movie about that, and some quotation.
The Bug's Life?
Bug's Life.
In The Bug's Life, there's this conflict going on. The ants serve these grasshoppers. The grasshoppers are big and mean and strong, but there's like 1,000 ants to every one of them. And I think I actually wrote the quote down. Let me see about it. The main villain, one of the grasshoppers, says, "You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life."
Sounds so familiar.
That's the thing. We outnumber them, the billionaires, the oligarchs. We outnumber them millions to 1. And if we ever get it together, if we ever figure that out, no more billionaires.
And it's not that I don't have anything against your wealth. But if you're going to use your wealth to oppress people and keep looting and taking until people are really starving and suffering and manipulating.
How much more can you exploit?
Yeah, how much more? How much more can you take? I mean, isn't it enough?
I mean, really, endless growth is the same philosophy of a cancer cell. It grows and it grows and it grows, and it doesn't care what it needs to sap energy from to do it, until eventually it kills its own host because it's taken too much. That's the same thing they're doing.
There's not going to be nobody left.
Nobody left.
So what you're saying is, but I can't do nothing about it. I'm here in Portugal. What can I do? I can't march no more.
We're here in Portugal. We're not really all that wealthy. We're not really all that powerful. We've got a bit of a platform going here, and I'm thankful for that, but that's nowhere near enough yet. Not even close.
Because we don't have thousands followers.
We'd need millions for something like that, and even then.
But at least there's one thing I know. You said if you do one small thing for someone, or say something small in a small platform, and one person who's a friend or a family might hear it, if it encourages them to remember, hey, participate. There's a march in your neighborhood, go. And if you can't do that, donate if you can towards,
just
find something to do. Don't just sit there.
Find anything you can do. If you don't have money to donate, fine. Go volunteer at a soup kitchen for a bit. If you don't have the time or physical ability to do that, that's fine. Find a way to encourage others to, you know? Any way you possibly can, do. It doesn't matter if it's a grand gesture. It doesn't matter if it's barely one at all. I find if you help one person, not always, some people are just selfish. It's something they learn, though. It's not something anyone's really born with. But if you help just one person, often, even if they don't realize it, that inspires them to help another. And then that one helps another. You help just one person, you're helping everyone. Things are a mess. And I'm sure they'll continue to be a mess until the day I die or till the day of judgment. But things can get better, and they're only going to if we do it together.
Yes. How do we do that? Right now, you and I love. There's one charity that is like the most lovable for us anyway. The World Kitchen. They show up. Those guys.
I mean, really.
It doesn't matter where is the crisis. It's the tsunami. It's the volcano. It's floods.
It's a war zone.
War zone. They show up. They show up with the equipment. They show up with food, and they organize volunteers locally to participate, cook, and serve. That's what they do. They serve, and they
risk life and limb for it.
They risk life, and so you and I, with a little bit of money we have, we make sure every year, a couple of times a year, that we donate. But I know that not everybody else, and I know it makes me feel good because I even though I can't go there, it's something it just touches my heart to see a plate of warm food going to a child, most particular for me, a child that is hungry, that is lost everything, whatever the situation is going on where they are, to see that just something that a human nature needs, just a plate of warm food. And when I see that, it warms my heart. And I know it's not enough. I wish I could do more. But I also know that not everybody can donate, and not everybody can march. Not everybody is available to do whatever volunteering times, because people are having to do 3 jobs so that they can afford to pay their rent, to have gas, to go to work. And it's like there's people who are saying, I have a will in my heart to do, but I'm stretched. I just can't. What can they do to serve if that is a situation? What is there to serve?
Well, that's exactly it. You say you can't do anything? Fine. But do what you can.
Which is what?
Anything. Maybe neighbor down the street has a flat tire. You can help out. Maybe another neighbor down the street can't find a babysitter. Volunteer. It doesn't even have to be, look, they want us divided. They want us tired. They want us exhausted. But none of those 3 things matter anymore if we can find ways to rely on each other. That's the thing they're most afraid of. I didn't actually have this prepared in advance, but as you were talking, a quote from the Lorax came to me, if you remember the Lorax.
Yeah.
The whole point of the Lorax, really. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not.
So all we got to do is care.
All you got to do, even if you have no material way to help out, you just got to care a whole awful lot. nothing's going to get better unless you do.
Yeah. The theme of the Lorax was kind of like taking every resource that's there, because right now it's a selling.
Because remember, the villain of the Lorax, at least the book, wasn't even a person. It was capitalism itself. That philosophy of endless expansionism at the cost of literally anything.
Everything. They cut all the trees. All of a sudden, they do not have air to breathe.
They don't have air to breathe.
And they have to sell the air to breathe as
to
in a
sell air
water
in a
bottle.
bottle.
It's like, serious. I thought it was a movie but you can see where we're going. Maybe we're not going to have air. Well, some are already using a bottle to breathe. But
We're already getting there.
right? But there's a whole lot of stuff that is been taken and looting. What is going to be left?
Nothing.
Even those who are laughing, saying they would laugh when America is broke. So maybe...
All right, but that's you next.
Exactly. Because you have nobody to sell or buy your stuff anyway after that.
Am I really all that fond of America? No. If you look critically at a lot of world history, the American government has been rather about as close to a villain as you can get in real life for the vast majority of it. Think only, you don't even have to think about the crimes of the CIA. You don't have to think about the war crimes that every president has committed. Think only about the indigenous peoples of America.
I was thinking about that because to me that's more close.
Right there.
To just,
That's almost familiar to you even.
yeah, the tragedy of stripping people their being.
Their being.
Their being, basically. You taking their children, dumping them in boarding schools and making sure they don't remember nothing, take away their language, take away their culture.
How can you say you own land that you never bought from the people who were already there?
There was nobody there.
And
That's
then
what
have
Columbus
the audacity to say, oh, we'll sell you a small parcel of land you can live on? What do you mean sell? You never bought it.
I know. I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm just...
It's crazy. We're laughing because it's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Okay, let's not go down that route because it's a little depressing to think about. Not to say other things aren't depressing, but I'm just want to focus on...
So what can we do?
Yeah, I want to focus on what can we do and small things. You know, I want to share a dream with you that
Go ahead.
I had. As you know, I always sometimes have dreams that are just dreams. Sometimes they're prophetic. But this particular dream, I remember. So one time I have this dream, and my mom has passed. And she comes walking in from the parking lot, and it looks like, if you think of a strip mall, and there's a doctor's office, and there's parking. So they come from the parking between the cars, they're coming to the doctor's office, and I'm there in the doctor's office reception, waiting room. And they both walk in, and it's my mom, and it's the Christ. It's Jesus Christ. He's wearing his tunic, white tunic, and a maroon sash, one shoulder down. It was from the left under his right arm. And I knew immediately that is Christ because he looks like the picture, not the blonde. He had brown hair, and the hair was down here. He's got a nose that looks like a Middle Eastern man. But I knew that was him. And
Wasn't a blonde European?
no.
That's going to make some people mad.
It wasn't a dream, so you take it as is. So anyway, they walk in, and I immediately knew. So he walked into the door, and as soon as he walks in, I'm excited to see my mother, but I'm also excited to see the Lord. I'm kind of scared because I don't quite know how to act.
I mean, of course.
Or react.
It's Jesus.
But
what do you
I
do?
feel the energy. It's most powerful, crisp frequency that is way above anything I've ever experienced in my entire life. It's almost so thick like gel, you can cut it. It is just so beautiful, but it's so heavy. And I'm like kind of shaking. I don't know what to do. I said, Mom, my mother. Oh my God, my mother. Something like that. And he looks at me. He signals, and I immediately know what to do. I go grab a bowl, a big bowl to wash with water, warm water in it, and towels. So I have towels here on my arm, and I'm bringing it to him. He enters the doctor's room. There are people sitting inside the doctor's room. There are people sitting inside the waiting room. He enters the doctor's room, and there is no doctor. It seems like he's going to take the doctor position. But he doesn't really do what the doctor does. He signals. So I bring the towels, and then I come back with a bowl with warm water, and I give it to him. He sits on a low stool, position himself to wash feet. And he takes one person's feet and put it in the bowl. And they're shocked because they're thinking, this is a doctor's office. I'm expecting a doctor, but instead he's washing their feet. He washed one. I give him a towel. He wipes. He goes to the next, goes to the next, goes to the next. Maybe about 6 people. When it's finished, he stands up and he looks at me and he says, this is what you are called to do, to serve. And then he walks out to the door, and my mother looks at me and she walks out following him, and I'm running behind following him. I wanted to hear more, something, and there was the end of the dream. They walk all the way to disappear where the parking were. And I woke up thinking, confused, was that just a dream or was it a message? But I've come to understand how important it is to serve. Because even Christ, not only he said it while he was alive, but he showed me in a dream that is a service that is calling us to do, to wash your neighbor's feet, to lower yourself, not to be prideful, but to lower yourself so low down that you can wash somebody's feet as a sign of service.
Wow.
So if I think about that and think about the scripture, how he did that also to his disciples so much that Peter was like, Lord, you can't wash my feet. And he has to say, Peter, I have to do this. And he had to agree. But I see that if he himself, God the King, coming in flesh, wash the feet, and is coming to us to say we need to serve, do the same. And it don't mean go wash your neighbor's feet, literally, but it means there's nothing should be too high or too low for you to do to serve the other. Nothing too high or too low. You can't say, oh, that's not my job because I'm a manager. I'm too, whatever the reason, there is nothing too low for you to do if it's helping someone else. It could be just sitting on the bench next to somebody quiet, just like you said, how Jack was sitting on the at the bus stop with you quietly and silently. They were serving. They were serving. So I'm here to say that if I can encourage my friends, because at least now we know that our friends and their friends are watching our small community. If I can just encourage them to say, we do not have to have money. We do not have to have fit bodies or good words, I don't know. But just to be there for whatever way that means, even in silent at the bus stop, is sufficient to serve. But if you can speak up a little bit for the unjust, for the poor, for the weak, that's even more better. If we can take that picture, that role model of serving others, especially the ones that need us most, maybe that's a ticket of building a healthy community that can survive catastrophes.
We just got to care about each other.
That survives catastrophe, because when catastrophes come, we'll survive better if we are a community that's tight, that looks after each other.
We can all scatter in every different direction, every man for themselves. That's how we lose.
Absolutely.
That's how we get lost. That's how people die when catastrophes happen. But caring about each other, banding together in times of need and in times of prosperity.
What a beautiful thought that was. That could be If we win together.
We win together. I won't be saying who, but there's a handful of my friends who really unfortunately have a very low opinion of homeless people. That really bothers me. And I know you've had interactions with homeless people that were, or beggars or whatever else, that were unkind. And I understand that. It's a natural thing to be bothered by that. I get it. But you try spending so much of your life being ignored, having people not even look at you like an actual human, having people come to you with all kinds of preconceived biases and judgments about you that aren't true because they didn't bother to ask. You try doing that for years of your life. See how nice you are. You don't help people because they're grateful for it, because they ask politely for it. That's stupid. I mean, genuinely, I'm not one to use that word often, but that's dumb. That's not the point. If you're doing it because they're thankful for it or because they asked politely, then what's the point of doing it? You help people because they need your help.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if they appreciate your help. It doesn't matter if they were nice about it. Who cares? That's not the part that's going to reflect on you when people look back at what kind of person you were.
Right. You're not doing it because you are. You said to me, it's easy to love those that are close to
It's
you
an
and
easy
family.
thing to love those that are close to you.
But it's hard to love those that persecute you.
It is hard and important to love those that persecute you.
That's the hard part.
Always will be. But it's the most important part. Like the story you told recently on this show of ours about the soldier you invited to join you. That was loving your persecutor.
That's right. I didn't see it that way. I guess it's true.
It's true. That was acknowledging them who opposed you as a fellow human. And that was them in turn recognizing your humanity too. Just one little moment of recognition. And look at the beauty that came from it. We all have a responsibility to just care about each other. There's donating, there's volunteering. These are noble pursuits. These are things that I say verifiably make you a better person.
Yeah.
But just caring about each other, that's not something you do for extra good boy points. That's your duty as a person, as a resident of this planet.
Yeah.
That is your one job. Care about each other.
Care about each other. Care about things around you,
Care
including
about the things around you.
the earth, the animals, the plants. Don't cut all the trees like the Lorex.
Do I believe in sapient aliens? Absolutely. Universe is way too big for there not to be people just like us out there. But as it is right now, this is the one and only home we've got. And more people really got to recognize that. Think about how thoughtlessly the average person goes through their life. And realize that about 40% of people are twice as thoughtless as that. I mean, really just give a crap, dude. It's the only way out of this mess. It's the only way forwards. It's the only way we've ever gotten forwards.
Right.
By caring.
By caring. You just mentioned about other worlds, and the big buzz right now is the disclosure. And I'm like, go ahead, dangle another carrot, dangle another shiny thing.
More bread and circus.
Let us go running and chasing that shiny thing. Oh, the disclosure, this and that. Okay, great.
That's great.
That's great.
Genuinely, I believe in quite a bit of that stuff. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
Can we focus on what matters right now, please?
Thank you. But right now, we'd like some affordable gas, affordable food, in particularly.
Let's just skip the gas part altogether.
I'd like to eat my steak. Right now, it's unaffordable. I know that's a Western problem.
First world problem.
That's a first world problem. But
really, even forget about the gas. Let's get something that doesn't harm the planet. We've made cars run on water. We've made it run on the atmosphere itself. But what happened to those inventors? Gone. Disappeared. I wonder why.
yeah,
Because there's too much money in destroying us.
yeah. So, I mean, come on, people, really.
Really.
Let's make the bread affordable. Let's make the bread, because that's something that can sustain
Honestly, Angola,
the
let's make the
poor.
bread free.
Forget about the steak. I'm sorry I mentioned the steak, because you're thinking she's real. I am sorry. But seriously, let's make bread affordable for everyone.
Honestly, forget affordable. Let's just make it free.
That's even better, because it can
Food,
be.
Water, shelter, these things should be human rights.
Yeah, it
these
can
things
be.
should be unalienable.
It's true. It can be, and it should, because there's enough money to spread. There's enough money to spread
There's
around.
more than enough.
And I saw something about someone posted at the beach and said, I'd rather chase sunsets than another designer bed. I'm not going to say the name, but designer bed. And I thought, wow, that's really cool.
That's true, though.
That's really cool.
That's really cool.
Because seriously,
What's this materialism for anyway?
what is going on with that? How
all-
many do you need for how much money? I'm glad you can afford it, but you don't even use them. Sometimes you only use one out of 10 you have. And you've spent so much money. You could have, put a well in some poor country, and the whole village would be drinking water. What happened to that, where we are inspired to see someone thrive because I contributed, I helped you to be there, I helped a child
What happened
have
to
a
that?
book, something. What happened to that?
What happened to that human pride of ours
From doing
that
good.
says, I helped someone out of suffering? When did that get replaced with, I own another bag with a name on it?
Yeah. Or I have 2-3 cars in the garage. You can't even ride them at the same time.
And really, I mean, what, you got 3 butts to sit in the cars with? But really, I mean, think about this materialism. Think about how foolish it is. So you've got a name on a bag. What does that mean? That's made up.
Yeah.
That's nonsense.
It's literally leather that's just been.
Or think about the money itself, right? It's a piece of paper with some printing on it.
And we've put so much power on it.
What does that mean?
What if that.
It would just take a substantial amount of people just ignoring that.
Yeah.
And it's gone. It's
Imagine if we
worthless.
were all. You know how they have campaigns, right? There has been, towards Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Oh,
When Black Friday come.
The worst of it.
And people say, let's not shop.
exactly.
But how about we
Let's not play into their hands.
Yeah, but how about we just really stop shopping for things that
Enough of this nonsense.
are not gonna do nothing? Like
You
you
don't
can.
need it.
We don't need it.
If you're even things like, say, you're upgrading your TV, I get it, sure. I mean, that's something tangible, fine, whatever. But designer clothes, are you serious?
How
Just
many
get a
though?
sewing kit and make it yourself.
I'm just saying, I mean, I'm still, I don't know, maybe because I don't really care so much about like 100 bags or whatever. And
100 bags, 100 shoes that you can never wear
they're also sitting in the display.
in a display case. For real?
But you come out of the neighborhood.
Shoes that you can never crease.
I know, right?
I mean, it's a whole thing. It's a
It
whole
really
meme.
is. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
What's
How about taking, even if you took one bag, one pair of sneakers out of your 100,
how about downsizing if you're not going to give it up? That's
you
fine.
sold it. Let's just say you decided that, every 6 months I'll just sell one and I'm going to take that and do something wonderful to help in the neighborhood. Since you have so much and you're not going to miss it, right?
You're not going to wear those shoes. You know you don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it. But then let's say you don't have that then. You really
Let's say
have a
you
heart
don't.
of giving,
Exactly.
right? Like you said earlier, give your time, give yourself, for me, I'm going to say this. Even cooking soup extra pot and literally take that
Make a
to
little
your
more
neighbor.
food than you needed to
They
and share it.
might not even need it, but I might find out that my neighbor was really having a hard time today, like we were having a hard time on Saturday. And if somebody out of the blue came knocking with the pot of soup,
That would have made my day.
without knowing we were going through, just because they felt, meaning that you're more sensitive to your environment, that you even feel somebody's sadness next door, and you came with this pot. My God, I would have thought to myself, wow,
Maybe
thank
you
you,
don't
God.
have. Maybe you don't have bags to sell. Maybe you don't really have extra food. Well, let's work on that food part. Let's get the neighborhood together. Let's start a garden.
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Mint, basil, carrots, cabbages,
And then we come back to the, stone soup.
stone soup.
Let's have stone soup every Friday
Everyone
in the
contributes something
neighborhood.
to it.
Yeah, come with your cabbage, come with your whatever else, and we make.
It doesn't matter if you have a lot. Just bring something.
But what it comes back to me is, how do we encourage people to go back to that family Friday or not family, but let's say community Friday or Saturday or Sunday, whatever day they choose, where we come in to do that stone soup again.
People are so worn out. And the American experience is being programmed from the very beginning to think of the other person as not belonging to you, as being someone else, as not being your responsibility. Really, that's not true. I mean, I am me, you are you, yes, but we breathe the same air. We need the same food to survive. We drink the same water. In a way, we are the same person. I am responsible for you the same way you are responsible for me, not because we are family, though that absolutely is a part of it, but because we are both people, and there's a list of things we both need to live. Really, I think everyone, Americans included, as much as they've been conned from the very beginning of their childhoods into thinking, I am me, and me comes first.
Yeah.
Even through all that, I think somewhere deep in the back of their mind, they're also longing for that connection. Think about how social media is blown up just for people to imitate that connection.
To pretend you have a community.
To pretend you've got a community. I mean, we're already there. We just need to see it. It's core to the human experience. It's inherent to every one of us. Even if you can't, maybe you've got any form of autism or anything else that might prevent you from socializing with others the same way another person might. That's fine. But even for those people, there's an inherent need because of our species, because of the way we evolved, to rely on each other emotionally, literally, anything.
Anything. I want us to come to a close. But with that, I'm gonna say, look around through history for the leaders who have given themselves entirely to serve the other, to stand up and speak, not only for their rights, but they were speaking for ours as well. I look at Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., look at Malcolm X.
They gave their lives for it.
Look at Nelson Mandela. Look at Gandhi. I mean, to name the few. Confucius, the Chinese leader.
The Buddha.
The Buddha, right? Of course, that sounds so out there. It's like, oh my God, that's way too big. I can't even. But I guarantee you, there's a little bit of Buddha in you. There's a little bit of Buddha in me. If I
We're all born with a little bit of Buddha in us.
If I just quiet down, there is something in me that will worry. If I can worry about my son, my daughter, I can certainly worry about the safety of yours as well. And
beautifully said.
If I don't have anything else to give, but I at least know how to pray, I must remember those who are unfortunate. I must remember those who are in harm's way, because everybody would desire to have a safe bed and a warm plate.
Every last one of us.
And if anything at all, when that day comes where the tsunami hits your neighborhood, I'm not there, but I will be there with prayer. I will be there with my donation if I have any. If I don't have anything, I'll go wherever people are gathering to do something. If I'm playing music, I'll play music, whatever it is. If I dance, I'll dance so that I can donate to you when you needed most help. When the floods come because the hurricane, I'll be there in whatever means. If there's a dog that needs rescuing and I have a home, I'll take the dog, or at least buy food for it. So I'm just saying, wherever you are, whatever the situation, I want you to know that you can count on me. And all I'm asking, if I can count on you too.
It's beautifully said. Some people, it's going to be Jesus that they use as that model. Some people, it's going to be the Buddha. Some people, it's going to be Superman, Uncle Iroh, Spider-Man. It doesn't matter who you use. I know you know that there's a little bit of that person you admire in you too. Because that person's a human, and so are you. That's all that matters. If you can just find that piece of you, if you can find it in you to just care about someone else, someone you don't know, someone who hasn't really done anything nice for you, if you can just find a way to care about that person, you've already gotten halfway there.
And it shouldn't be about your belief system. Shouldn't be about the religion. It should be about humanity. Because
that's the bottom line between all of us.
We are all human.
Every last one of us bleeds red if we're cut.
That's right.
Our stomachs all growl if we're hungry.
Even nationality shouldn't be a thing. Yes, it is, but it shouldn't be a thing that stops me from helping you, rather than looking at you like the other. Oh, whatever region you come from, you are still human.
Because you were born in a part where we drew this line around it on a map. So you're different from me. What? What are you talking about? You know that's nonsense. You know it. Really. I mean, there is not one thing that actually meaningfully divides us.
No. If we're honest.
If we're being honest about it.
So taken from that, I'm part of you.
I'm part of you.
You have a scripture?
Yeah.
Let's read a scripture and pray.
This one was an easy one for me. I knew right away what I wanted to read as our scripture. It is from Matthew 20, that's 25. Then they will also answer, then they also will answer, Lord, when was it that we saw you hungry or thirsty, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not take care of you? Then he will answer them, truly I tell you, just as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me.
Amen.
Amen.
Let us pray. Lord, may it never be the time when our time from earth ends that you look at us and say, I do not know you. Because we ignored the hungry, we ignored the homeless, we mistreated the immigrant. May we all, God, be reminded that we are all your creation, created in your perfect image. It doesn't matter wherever we come from, regions or race or beliefs. It doesn't matter. We are all your creation. We are all beings that live on this earth. May we all find in our hearts, in our souls, in our spirits, love of the other, that will care enough to do something. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I think after all this, serving isn't about doing everything. It's about, how should I put this? It's about refusing to do nothing.
Let's refuse to do nothing, family.
Let's refuse to do nothing.
Until next time.
Stay safe out there. Thanks for joining us at the kitchen table.
Thank you for being here with me tonight.